It's a new day. Back to work. We will not be listening to no orcish music.
That is one of the greatest love songs ever written.
Yeah, well, I feel sorry for work ladies.
No skin off your back to blame us. Now waiting on the world to save us.
All Westlake units requesting assistance.
3 Adam 9 show us en route.
First time being shot at?
Yeah, I dislike it very much.
Yeah, it sucks.
I'm running for the
Now, go! What is that?
running for the
It's a nuclear weapon that grants wishes.
I'm assuming this doesn't end well.
baby, I'm fine.
I'm a warrior, a priestess, a lover.
I see it and I close my eyes.
I am whatever I need to be.
'Cause I'm running for the,
If this falls into the wrong hands,
I'm running for
the whole world is in danger.
They don't teach that at the academy.
No, they do not.
We're gonna put an end to it.
You will die.
I thought you were dead. Nah, man, too many bills to pay.
That's it right there. Now take the little homie out LAPD style like you do.
Fairy lives don't matter today.
I'm sitting on my phone. I'm running for the
I think a lot of these motherfuckers be shooting in the dark. Cause like you just said, like, you know, like we just talking about, like off mic, he shot down Matrix. And a lot of people would think that's dumb as fuck. Wow, you shoot down Matrix. But shit, you don't know cause
Picture a
you,
motherfucker telling you that shit before the Matrix existed.
yeah. I got this movie that's about this fake world and like you in a fake world, but when you wake up, like the real world, like when the hold up, robots have taken over.
You're the batteries
For the robots, and they're making your thoughts make you think it's real life while they suck your life force, and then you're like Jesus because you got powers and you get to fight the computers, and the computers and the robots are the bad guys against you being Jesus, and you're gonna find it out in like 4 movies. You're in.
Hell no.
And this is Will Smith. I think was this post Wild Wild West Will Smith, because you know what I mean.
Oh shit.
He becomes a different person after that flop because Will Smith was fucking, because that's a different, like, he was hitting them out the park. He had no flops. Even the things that didn't track as well as they should have, you know what I mean, weren't considered legitimate flops.
Yeah.
Like when Wild Wild West happened, nigga was like, damn, dog, Will Smith, you flopping. But then he bounced back, you know, Pursuit of Happiness and Ali and all these other things that kept him afloat.
Yeah.
And then where was the next, like, what fault was it? Was it the M. Night Shyamalan jump? Like, what's the thing that knocked Will off his perch?
Knocked him off. It was After Earth, and I feel like he did something else. Like, it wasn't during the time of Focus. Focus to me was well received. People liked him for it.
It was well received, but it still wasn't a blockbuster hit for Will. It's
I
like,
think he did Men in Black 3.
Oh, he did, but that was better received than you would think, though.
Yeah, I actually liked it, man. Oh, was it though?
I'm saying people like
it was like
people like it, I mean, no, like it wasn't as good as it should have been, dog. I know what's his name? My dude, man, Thanos, Cable, Joshua Brolin.
Yeah.
His Tommy Lee Jones impression, dog. Like people, I remember people at least were talking about that. Like, man, wait, he's nailing that shit.
I watched another movie of him playing Cave. To be honest with you,
right,
he kind of brought more life into it again. Then you got to see a different side of him where he actually had personality and shit. It's like, well, shit. Why we going back to the old guy again?
Hey, man, because that's who should be. But
yeah,
it is great to see Brolin just pop off. I'm looking at your shit, Will. Let me see. Where did you fall off? Let's see. You. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, blah blah blah. Made in America, whatever. 6 Degrees of Separation, don't count. Bad Boys hit. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air hit. Independence Day hit. Men in Black hit. Intermittent State. It was a good movie. It wasn't like a huge hit, but it didn't bring him down. Then we have Wild Wild West in '99. He bounces back with The Legend of Bagger Vance. Did do good. Then Ali put him back on. Black Suits coming What? Oh no, it's a music video. Then Men in Black 2 comes out, and that was borderline. Bad Boys 2 was a hit though.
Was it?
Bad Boys 2 was a hit financially, son.
Was it?
Yes, it was.
Because I remember they spent like 200 million on it, and opening weekend was 50 mil.
I remember the word of mouth and people seeing it. Like a lot of people saw that motherfucker.
I went to see that mug twice.
Yeah, so
Let me tell
it
you
was.
something. Look, okay, all right. So I was off with the budget. The budget was 130 million.
Yeah, $130 million budget. What they make
Opening
that?
weekend was like 60. What's the whole gross?
Dog. So damn, they really made it back. Domestic
So the
gross.
Oh, okay. So they
only made $9 million off it from domestic.
Dude, I mean, well, based off
That's some
ticket
bullshit,
prices,
though.
that I don't even think they broke even with like a $50 million.
I say what the foreign do?
Budget for advertisement.
Foreign. Oh, they made another 134 million for foreign.
And, oh, okay, all right. Well,
So
there you go, man.
they got their money foreign, dog, but domestic could have been a lot better, dog.
Yeah, well,
like legitimately so.
Surprisingly enough, man, that movie was so well received. Everybody talked about it. Everybody quoted it, but it just doesn't show in the tickets.
Not to the degree. It's like foreign, and I guess a lot of my shit comes from DVD sales, Blu-ray sales, because motherfuckers bought that shit.
Hell yeah, I bought it twice.
You know what I'm saying? So I can't say it was a flop, and it wasn't. And one reason why I won't say it's a flop is Will was good in it. Will was what he was supposed to be in Bad Boys 2. He was Mike Lowry.
Yeah.
I, Robot, that wasn't a bad movie.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Shark Tale. Let me see, where do we go? Hitch was a hit for him.
Hitch was a
Pursuit of Happiness.
fucking hit, man.
Pursuit of Happiness was good for him. He had some good shit. I Am Legend was good for him.
Yeah, I'm trying to think when did
Hancock flop.
Did it? Nah, I don't think so.
No, I'm sorry. Hancock didn't flop. Hancock got mixed reviews. That's what it was. The reviews were like
7 Pounds was a really dope one though.
It didn't for them hit though.
That didn't hit it.
It didn't make no money.
But dude, kind of made me want to cry at the end of it.
Oh shit, that's where it starts. Hancock.
Oh shit, that movie I never saw. Winter's Tale.
Cause
he has a cameo in that shit. I never saw it.
But if you go from I Am Legend, which was good, right, to Hancock. From Hancock did 7 Pounds. 7 Pounds didn't do it all like it should have. Men in Black 3 didn't do what it should have. Then he did After Earth, complete flop.
Really, that was it to me.
I don't even remember him in Anchorman 2. He had a cameo in that. Winter's Tale didn't do what it should have. Focus was cool, but didn't do what it should have. Concussion flopped.
Yeah. Everybody's mad about that. But then that was when they made that big fuss about the Oscars.
Right, dog. Then Suicide Squad, he brought some life back into himself. Collateral Beauty flopped.
Never saw it. Yeah, nobody went to see that.
No one saw that. Now he's in Bright. Yeah, son. So I guess he's been having problems since Hancock. And that's in 2008. So it's like for the past 10 years of Will has been up and down.
Rough. Yeah.
Past 10 years of Will. And now we make it to Bright, the worst movie of the year.
What?
That's the fucked up part. That's what Bright has been getting touted as.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Bright has been getting touted as.
I did not know we were coming to do that.
The worst movie of the year. And I'm looking at the fucking movie.
That was Chips. Okay.
Dog. And I'm like, wait a minute. There's Netflix Bright is a terrible movie, so please don't watch it.
Motherfucker, it's free.
Bright director is. No, that's not what I'm looking for. There's.
How dare you tell me not to watch this free movie?
Dude, this free ass fucking Will Smith dub, worst movie of the year. And it gets a sequel. That's so funny.
And it was free. Oh shit, does it really?
Yeah, it gets a sequel. We're gonna come back around to that.
Fucking right.
But yeah, son, but it's crazy how, and some people starting to feel like it's an attack on the movie industry, the industry of, hold up, fuck you, pop-ups. But like, yeah, a lot of people are feeling like it's the critics are doing a smear campaign because this is not a box office type movie, and because because this is the first movie, like, because Netflix streaming is where everything's going.
Yeah, definitely.
The world is going to streaming.
Yeah,
and some people
Netflix embraced it the most.
I mean, they're the leaders.
They're
the face of the streaming shit.
Yeah,
and some people feel like all these critics shitting on this movie heavily as a means to stop this where the industry is going. I don't know if I give into conspiracies, but it's still very weird to me that this movie is getting so critically panned. I don't think it's a perfect movie, but when you start telling me it's the worst movie of the year, and I think about what I actually saw, that's a bit of an overstatement.
Yeah, I think so. They're being really over critical, and you know what? I wouldn't be against the notion of the idea that, hey, to sort of stop this sort of thing that's gonna kind of drive money into another place. You know, yeah, let's try to kind of kill this shit now by just bad mouthing all these movies. I mean, hey, you know what? It's really not that bad, but fuck it, let's shit on it anyway.
Ooh.
And then, you know, I'm all right with that. I get that notion. But it's like at the end of the day, it's just going to be words because it's not going to stop the clicks. It's not going to stop membership. Like nothing that they're doing. Like it's way too late for that. Like you'd have to do something much more extreme than just have a few pages that say, "Oh, Bright sucks." Yeah, sure. I don't give a fuck. I didn't pay for it. I'm paying the same $9.99 I would have paid with or without this motherfucker. So I mean, it doesn't matter. You're not stopping progress here. It's gotta. If that's the point of the goal, man, you definitely got to try harder. But I personally, man, when watching this thing twice, how many times have you seen it so far?
I watched it just the one time.
Just the one time? Okay.
Honestly, that's what I was supposed to watch it a second time before you got here, and I fell asleep. Like, I was in the exact same position right there, laying down on my couch. Yeah. And I was like, all right, I'm about to put this Brighton on. Hey, you know, next thing there's a knock at my door, and Marty like, what up? I'm like, what's going on, bro? I'm here now.
Hit record, man.
We're here. Let's do it. What you about to say? I'm about to put it on the background just for the fuck of it, but what you saying?
Oh, fair enough. All right. Yeah, man. So, yeah, I enjoyed Bright a lot. Actually, there was so many similarities, man. There's so much that I actually want to touch on with this movie, man. That's why I didn't wait on your response, man. I'm like, I want to talk about this shit and I want to hear your opinion about it so bad that I'm like, fuck it. But there's so many things just to touch on with this movie. I thought that David Ayers had wrote this bad boy because there's something that happens and we'll get to it. There's something that happens in Training Day that kind of happens in this movie, except it goes the opposite way, but it's sort of the same idea. And I'm sitting there thinking, you motherfuckers, if you do this, you are like a group of the laziest bastards I've ever met. And sure enough, they do it, but then they do something else that kind of makes me feel like, oh, shit, all right, you know, I gotta take that back. But anyway, we'll get to that moment. But first off, I'd like to start off with, I guess, just sort of asking a question and kind of getting a feeler out there for you. How do you feel about Ayers? And because we were talking about a couple movies, I've seen, I think pretty much everything in his catalog that he's directed. Maybe not everything he's written, but mostly everything he's directed. How do you feel about him and his work? Like you hear David Ayers, you probably think Suicide Squad, right? Yep. Like, do you associate his name with anything else?
I'm about to bring up his IMDb right now.
Okay, cool.
I don't know what it is I've seen or not because I'm not always the best at that.
Fair enough. So, yeah. Let's take a look at some of the stuff.
Fast and the Furious, he wrote the screenplay.
Yeah.
I like the first Fast and the Furious. Training Day, he wrote Training Day.
Yeah, he wrote Training Day, yeah.
Okay, that's some good shit. I never saw Dog Blue. I never saw SWAT. I saw Harsh Times. I liked Harsh Times. That was the one with Christian Bale, right?
Yep, that's the one.
That shit was gritty as fuck.
It was gritty as fuck, yeah.
Once again, Christian Bale put on a magnificent performance. Yeah. I think Harsh Times' problem was that it came out after Training Day. That
what you think?
If it would have came out before Training Day, I think it would have been better received because it was looked at as a knockoff.
We have to look, but I think that might be his first directing.
Because he wrote Training Day, he directed. Of course,
yeah, Antoine Fuqua, right? Yeah.
But then he did End of Watch. I didn't see End of Watch.
Love End of Watch. End of Watch was dope.
I didn't see Sabotage.
I saw Sabotage. It was not very good.
I heard Fury was good, but he wrote Fury.
Was great.
He wrote Fury.
Fury was great.
He didn't direct Fury.
No, he directed that one too.
Okay,
he directed
that
one too. Yeah, it was great. Yeah, that was near when it like.
I heard really good things about Fury.
Yeah, out of everything that I'm looking at right now, that's probably his best film. That's his best one. Not my favorite, but his best one.
See, that's the one about, and it's the one with the soldiers and shit, right?
Right, yeah, with the tank.
For some reason, and that looked fun, but I just don't get into war movies. Like as soon as I see soldiers,
I'm not into it really.
As soon as I see soldiers, I don't want to watch it, and I think about it. What you made, dog, it's just not my cup. I ain't talking about you. Some of people.
Oh yeah, no, I got
you. You might just love the fuck out of Saving Private Ryan and shit, dog. But the only freaking soldier movie I can watch is Glory. And that's just to watch Denzel, nigga, and Morgan and shit, dog. I'm trying to think of a soldier movie. I'm like, man, you know what? You throw that war movie on, I'm going, I just can't wait to see that one. It's like,
I respect Saving Private Ryan.
I respect it.
I respect it. It's not a movie I want to go back to, You know, that first time was enough, and it was powerful and potent, and that's all I
most
need.
war movies, dog. I like Forrest Gump.
Yeah, right. I like Forrest Gump.
I mean?
Yeah,
Good
okay,
one.
I'll give you that.
But as far as David Ayer goes, I don't.
Yeah,
you know.
so if you wouldn't mind, my man, would you mind bringing up his directing credits?
Wait, the Training Day TV series came and went that fast.
Well,
wow.
Didn't old boy die?
Who?
Didn't the lead, the white guy, didn't he die?
Oh, man, I didn't even know.
I think he died. See, I was right. Okay, so Harshstein was his first directing. Now, Street Kings is a movie he didn't write, but he directed. That's the one I'm gonna get to you at some point. So, but yeah, into watching everything else, pretty much he directed. He directed all right, I guess he directed Sucker for Pain from the Suicide Squad, which. Okay, we didn't need him to, but thanks. All right, cool. Yeah, that's cool. No, we appreciate it. Yeah. But
you directed that random ass music video.
But they gave him Gotham City Sirens, which I'm a little nervous about. I'm not gonna lie to you.
If it even happens,
I think it has a really good shot of happening because it's attached to one of the best parts about Suicide Squad, or at least that people like about Suicide Squad.
Everything is attached to her right now, dog. Like Harley Quinn right now.
Yeah, right.
She has her own animated cartoon about to come out, adult kind. I think it's gonna be interesting as fuck. She got like 5 movies just attached to her character.
Right. That's what so I was gonna ask you that. That's true, right? She's got like her own solo movie. Then she's got a solo movie, a duo movie with Joker. Yeah.
There's Gotham City Sirens. That's the third one. And then there's there's her own solo movie that the studio wants to do. Then there's this woman-centric version of a movie that she personally wants to do. That's a passion project. That's completely different from the solo one that the studio wants to do. That's 4. Okay. And it's something else I'm not thinking about. But I don't remember. But no, they're in the Harley business for the long haul, and she gets money in. But as far as David Ayer goes in relationship to this movie,
how do you feel about him? Like, just so you've seen this now, you've kind of gotten an idea. So, like, how do you feel about him and his work? I mean, like, you're not bringing any bias into this when you saw it? Like most folks, like a lot of folks are really. Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Yeah, I got you. Most folks are bringing in bias because a lot of folks didn't like Suicide Squad, and I think we're in the minority there. I think you enjoyed it, didn't you?
I like Suicide Squad. I just saw its problems. I think we talked about that on here before. I just saw its problems, but I still was able to enjoy the movie because this is a thing. This is a problem that's happening for a lot of moviegoers, and I fall victim to this sometimes as well, where every movie is not meant to be this 5-star perfection. Did you have fun? Was it enjoyable?
Yeah, sometimes that's enough.
Right. Was it just enjoyable? Was it
satisfying?
That's all. And some motherfuckers go in these bitches like, oh my God, the critics panned it. This must be the shittiest thing ever. Well, it's like a lot. If you think about some of your favorite movies, if you go check out,
say about your favorite,
dude,
like you're gonna piss yourself off.
You'll be tripped the fuck out how much critics may hate some of your favorite movies from the 90s, from the 80s, movies that you grew up with, movies that you swear by.
You think are perfect.
Go to a critic's review. Go look it up. Go to what they reviewed it as at that time.
Somebody will find the flaw.
Oh, nigga, bruh. Yeah. I've got my feelings hurt a few times. Movies I thought were great as shit. There are movies I think are amazing or shit compared to the critics.
I remember. Well, shit. I like a bunch of movies anyway. There's no need to get into it. But anyway,
as far as this movie goes,
I like David Ayers.
My main gripe.
I have high hopes for this movie before going in. All right.
I had high hopes from the movie, not off of him, but off of the concept. I think I will give much props to the concept of this film of having these police that are in this world where fairy tale characters are part of their world as well.
Did you see a trailer before you saw the movie? Or you did. Okay.
And that's what made me interested. I was like,
did you see the very first trailer that came out?
I think I only saw one trailer.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So I don't know which one was the first.
So if you saw one that described or gave you any idea of what the movie was about, then you didn't see the first one. Okay. Because like the first one was literally there's the scene where they have to go get that guy who's swinging that sword around, speaking the Elfish and all that shit.
Yeah.
There's a scene. There's a trailer where it's like a low shot, like a Michael Bay type shot of Will Smith holding that sword, like it means something, like it's gonna be something. Because I saw that and I'm thinking when he goes to pick that shit up, it's like something's gonna happen,
right?
And it's nothing.
Yeah,
and it's absolutely nothing. But that was like the only image you got.
But that's beautiful. That's the best trailers. Don't tell you shit. The best trailers are supposed to redirect you.
I didn't even know we were looking at a comedy, dude. It was like it literally told you nothing.
Well, you think this is a comedy?
Kind of, yeah. I think it wants to be like a
I don't think
action
anyone
comedy.
calls this a comedy, dog.
You don't think this is an action comedy?
I don't even take this as a comedy.
It is so. It's
There's
cast
shit
as an
that's
action
funny,
comedy.
but I don't think it's a. I don't
Dude.
feel like it's a comedy. Wow.
I don't know if it was you I talked about this, but I feel like it was. But I don't know. We've been talking for the last couple of days, so maybe that's why. But it's cast like a comedy when you first sort of look at it. It's cast as a comedy, like all those. Now, granted, I know everybody has layers, you know, more faucets of their the talents, if you will. But most of those most of the cops are comedians. Like the Margaret Cho, I forget that guy who was on Mad TV.
But they also play drama. Like everyone,
also play drama
everyone
too.
actors on here I've seen do both.
Yeah, but
You know
like,
what I'm saying? So
but
I feel like
listen,
they're playing it straight.
Do you?
I feel like they're playing it straight. I honestly, I know there's jokes. There's definitely jokes here.
All right.
But I don't feel like he presents this in the, like, I don't think he's going for action comedy. I think he's going for action. And, you know, action can just fall. It can be funny or it can be dramatic, but I don't go, because that's another thing about this character. Will Smith character is a complete douche for the complete beginning of this movie, and everything is so serious. Even when they go,
well, also too, another thing I wish
it's more like dark comedy, if anything, because like that first. Okay, before I even get to this part, coming in, dog, I thought the concept was great. I was very interested in the concept of how they was gonna flip it, and I'm always trying to root for Will because there's some inside the inner me, the little me, always wants to vote for Will from Fresh Prince days.
Hell yeah,
so
yeah.
So I
want to see him win. Yeah,
I want to see Will Smith win. So when I saw this popping up, and it didn't look like I wanted to throw up when I saw it, because his last few movies, though, I have not had any real interest. Suicide Squad aside, I had no interest in Concussion. I had no interest in.
Still never seen it.
Dude, still, I have had no interest in any of those fucking movies they've been coming out with. Slight interest in Focus only, dog.
Focus?
So when Bright, slight,
Focus
and I still haven't seen Focus, but slight interest. And some of the interest came from the fact that he was in that bitch with Margot Robbie, and I just think she's so goddamn sexy. So
I mean, I think
talented.
that's why he's Deadshot.
Hey,
let's
man.
just be honest with
Hey.
that. I think he's following that pussy, baby.
Hey, go ahead. Hey, they're swingers. So,
thank you.
He's allowed, dog.
Hey.
Like somebody told me, Jada was. I ain't gonna put her business out like that. But
anyway, none of my business.
But like, yeah. So I love the concept. But when Bright saw coming in, dog, I had this feeling of, okay, y'all, can we get a little more nuance? Like some shit was just too on the nose. It was like, all right, I get it. This like the black people. This like the white people. This like it was, and I feel like,
oh yeah,
it was.
They definitely punched you in the fucking face with, oh hey, guess what? The orcs are the black people.
Yeah,
and the cops
are
the cops.
They're just cops.
The cops are
they're
the
not
cops.
black, white, or nothing. They're
cops
fucking
the
cops.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? And
You
the
with
elves.
me, yes.
And some people say the elves are Jews. To me, elves are just white people, the privileged white people, and they got poor white people. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is.
There you
but
go.
But it was so ham-fisted because they show it to you.
It wasn't even. It was so transparent.
The way they show it to you is really interesting in the opening credits, where, you know what I mean, all races created equal except elves are more equal and all that little shit. That was cool. But then
watching that thinking, I'm gonna have to rewatch this entire movie because they put so much effort into all of these signs and all of this artwork and stuff.
Then they tell you
that goes back to
over
nothing.
and over again the same shit. It's like they keep hitting you with that same shit. And I'm like, dog, a little bit more nuance. That's one of those things where people have been talking about online, whether it would have been better as a series. And maybe it would have been. Because as a series, it wouldn't have needed... I don't think it would have felt the urge to have to push so much to get you into the world, because it's a world where there's a lot to take in, you know what I mean? And they are, and to a point, they're, to me, purposely vague about certain shit, because you could go almost anywhere.
You didn't have the time, I think.
And as I'm saying, you could go almost anywhere in this world, because right now, like at the top of the movie or whatnot, and the wife was unnecessary. They show him and his wife. Him and his wife had no chemistry. She was miscast. I'm sorry.
They spend 10 minutes together.
She's an unnecessary character, but I think they just want to show he has a home life and that somebody likes him. But at the same time, he says later that no one likes him, but they don't tell us why that no one likes him. Even at a point later,
that's what I was saying. Yeah, that was a huge problem.
That was a big gap, but we're gonna get to that. But like, they had no chemistry. I just seen Will with white women. They ain't got a problem with Will with white women. Him and this woman have no chemistry at all. But then, you know, they go as what that was a fairy that was in their shit. And that's the thing. While they're world building, you know what I mean, we don't even know how vast the world is. We know that fairies are like mosquitoes, so you can kill them. Orcs are like, you know, the trolls, they're their own thing. We have elves who are like fucking ninja vampires and shit, and they're super rich and shit. But They didn't say if there were other creatures from the fairy tale land, but they didn't say there weren't other creatures from the fairy tale land, which makes me feel like if it was a series, there are so many layers and there's a lot of nuance that they could have established and built from episode to episode to episode that in a movie, and you know you only got 2 hours, they said, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am.
So I will agree with that because, yes, in a series you have more time. You can pick and choose sort of what you focus on. You can kind of play sleight of hand and stuff. And you can get to know the characters, which when you're world building something completely brand new, a brand new idea in 2 hours. 2 hours. Yeah, it's really a juggling act that you either have to do perfectly or you're just going to leave some shit. You're going to drop some shit. Right. That's just what's going to happen. And that's what happened here.
It happened a lot.
A lot of shit just got dropped because when
they stopped trying to push the themes to me and just let it be a movie with Will and I love Jacoby. I love those two characters. Love their chemistry, dog. I really like the chemistry together. When they just let them be what they're doing, and he was such a likable motherfucking character.
Jacoby?
Yes.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm sure that was the point. It feels some of his stuff feels almost manufactured for you to love him. It's because, we must care so much about him. It's like
he had no balls.
Because he had no balls and he was so nice and he was like the other thing is it's not even about him just being nice. It's about a motherfucker being considerate. It was a motherfucker who was considerate. At every turn. We're about to see him now doing a considerate act. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, thought you could use a ride. Come on, dude. It's like we're meant to love this motherfucker. And I think to an extent, I felt manipulated. I'm like, no, I ain't love the motherfucker, but he could ride with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm with him. I'll rock with him.
But then Will shits on him so hard, and it's like, goddamn, because to the degree,
it's like, how long are we gonna do this? It's like, can we get to the point where y'all on the same page? Because like this shit is kind of annoying me at this point.
Because for your allegory to work, it has to be a more subtle form of hatred or racism or negativity. You know what I mean? If we're going with the shit that orcs are some oppressed group and they're the gays or the blacks or whatever the fuck you want to make them, and Will Smith does not want to ride or work with this nigga, son, he wouldn't be that dickish to his face.
But like in this world,
unless in this world, it's the 60s now.
Did slavery not happen?
Huh?
Like was there
I kept wondering that shit.
Like,
that's another side.
No slavery? Like what happened there? Exactly.
They hinted at it one time.
When he had this conversation here with the daughter, right? They're like, what is he? What? Because he's saying
about the races. He's trying to explain race.
He's saying this is traditionally what a white father would be telling his white daughter. You know what I'm saying? That's a conversation that would be had, right? Yeah. But where's that coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like,
any black person with
oppression?
Context, any black person with context would at least be able to have the conversation of at least trying to make a difference between the oppression of black people and how they've accepted what they do to orcs. Yeah, you know what I mean? And y'all ignore the fact you want to have a black character purposely because you want to have that idea of damn the oppressed person is now doing oppressed shit. I understand the mirror, and you purposely cast a white dude to be the orc so you can flip the freaking situation if you think too deep about it. But once again, when you forget the context of slavery, it gets weird. And when you're forced to think about it, you're trying to see in their context. Because in their world, it was some big war, some dark lord tried to make shit go down. The orcs of that time followed him. Certain elves did, certain elves didn't or whatnot. And, that made, when humans finally won, the orcs got ostracized. And even if they didn't do shit back in the day, and it almost make the orcs seem like white people in some weird ass way. It's a weird thing that you're trying to figure out how you where did it fall, what's going on, because they getting attacked for something that happened years ago and a bad choice that they made years ago, which make us feel like, okay, is it like what white people did with slavery, or are they the slaves in this manner? You know what I mean? Is this how orcs how we supposed to be treating white people right now? If we were the majority and they weren't, I don't know. It gets kind of fuzzy when you bring the context of their themes into like logic and reality, and you want us to look at themes and compare it to reality, but it's hard to put the puzzle and the piece right, because when you try, it gets messy.
I guess that's what sort of like
it gets messy.
If you want to make that argument, and that's why you just kind of can't enjoy this or watch it, or I don't know, make sense of it, whatever the case is, whatever your negativity is about it, just not you, but in general. I could get down with. I could understand that.
It oversimplifies things that it shouldn't.
Very much so.
and it makes things that aren't that deep too deep. And you're like, wait, hold up, that wasn't that deep. You hear me?
It's like, I don't, you know what? Fuck it.
And and it's like,
fuck it.
And once again, it goes into nuance in the writing. Like I said, I see the problems with this movie, and it becomes a headache. And I really think that if Will was most subtle to him, and still was a dick behind his back, that's what you really feel when you're oppressed. Like if we talking about this in 2017, like even if the orcs did this shit 2,000 years ago, if we look at how shit goes in real life with oppression and with racism, this and that, even now, y'all been living with these orcs for all these years at this point. Y'all, these niggas are strong motherfuckers. Just like how a white person to a degree are still afraid of a big black man. So there's certain things that a white person won't say to a big black man's face. It's the same thing to me with this orc shit. Will, like, you ain't gonna tell us, you ain't gonna just be like being an over the top dick to him, son. But as they ride in the car, dog, like, and that's another thing too that kind of got with me, dog. I felt like Will let some of his assholery go a little early. I thought he was gonna be a dick of a character for longer, dog. He wasn't.
You know what it is that's what I was thinking too. They made him a dick, but if he was an asshole, he might have been unlikable. You know what I'm saying?
So we're doing the Team America World Police now.
Huh?
So we're doing the Team America World Police right now.
Yeah, that's what I think.
The difference between the dicks, the pussies, and the assholes.
I mean, it's because he's so mean to this cat. And it's like, you're supposed to love the other guy. It's like, if you love him and he's just shitting on him like that in that manner the entire time, it's like, nah, we can't do this. But you have to smile at him, Will, and tell him to shut the fuck up. Like, you can't straight up tell him to shut the fuck up. I mean, that's too much asshole.
But I think Will gets away with certain things because he's Will Smith. And certain actors have this likability about them already built in that you'll let them get away with things that you wouldn't let everybody else. Because once again, I call it. I often call this movie Once Upon a Training Day. If Denzel Washington was in this movie,
Once Upon a Training
Day. This
is
Once Upon a Training Day.
Okay.
If Denzel Washington was in this movie, the meanness would be too much. Even though Denzel's likable too. Never mind.
I think because I mean, up until the very end, like I was still on Denzel's side until they shot him.
But I'm gonna say this: there's certain actors that you would have just thought he was evil if that motherfucker would have played him, and that's not what happened.
Right? Okay. Fair enough.
But that's the thing. I fell into the ploy that they gave me, dog. I really took the Jacoby side, dog. Just because the thing is, it's almost like a time warp of, okay, if you're going to be this belligerently racist and bigoted, now I'm going to look at it as if this is the 1960s. And there's a point in time where you had to tread like that as a black man to even be around in society and keep your freaking wits about you. So I was looking at it as if we was in the 60s and damn, look at Jacoby having to fucking shuck and drive and watch his words and watch his shit. And he want to be accepted so bad. He's so friendly.
Yeah, man, it's
you know what I mean? It's almost cringy. It's like, God damn, dog. And it's not in the matter of the dude, because the dude off of Punisher. See, that now we feel opposite.
What?
I was disgusted by the little dude who needed to make friends at the top of the Punisher. Remember we was watching Punisher?
Oh yeah, that motherfucker.
I hated him. Christ. But I didn't hate Jacoby, dog. I really did like him. I really did like him.
Well, his shit comes from a genuine place. Your boy is like, he didn't give a fuck who accepted him. He was just looking for a home.
And let me get this. This is also in their lore too. If Jacoby, this happens later in the movie, but he talks about how there's this one orc that turned the tide and was like the Jesus of all orcs and shit. You remember? And he helped defeat the Dark Lord. That's
that guy that they which orc is that? I can't remember.
No, but they speak on it later in the movie.
They
of
talk
course,
about the
spoilers. But like basically,
I hope you've seen this.
Right?
Movie,
fuck, I hope so. So then the movie, when Jacoby's life gets saved or whatever, he talks about how there was this orc that was like the orc, like Jesus orc.
Right? Yeah.
He was like Jesus orc and shit. Mm-hmm. And why? So if there's this one orc that did help defeat the Dark Lord, how come humans hate all orcs if one of them helped defeat everything?
Yeah, I know that doesn't make sense.
Is it supposed to be like how, you know what I mean, they got black people who did good shit, but they still I don't know.
They're still just a general, active racist. I don't know.
I don't know, son. But once again, there's holes here. All the cops hate him, and the reason why, Jacoby as an orc, he's the first orc to ever be able to be on the police force, I guess. And they don't get fully into it. But how come some shit happened that they don't fully explain that made it happen? They had to let Jacoby on the force, right? Mm-hmm. And
but he's like the first and only.
Right, and they have to let him on. And it's so funny how all the white cops telling Will, like, get him off the thing, get him off the brotherhood.
This nigger off the squad. Orc off the squad. Yeah, you need to get this orc off the squad. I mean, this is just weird, man.
No.
It's so strange when I think about it now. It's like, man, this would have fucked up my experience, I think, the first time around.
I watched it all the time like that.
On it.
All these
if
white
I
dudes.
focused on it, it would have messed with
and
me.
y'all make cops look fucked up because, like, damn, like, the best cop is Will, and Will is already not that good of a person. There's, like, no one on the cop, and you will never hear me defending cops. But goddamn it, dog, there was no good cops.
Based off this scene, who doesn't want to ride with him? And why don't they want to ride with him?
Well, yeah.
You believe that this guy wouldn't ride with him? You believe that motherfucker wouldn't ride with him?
The way they all talking to him like we all brotherly and shit.
Yeah.
And then, because you talking about how later when Will once again tries to get Jacoby out of his car, the woman's like, no one wants to ride with you anyway.
But you saw how he took that information in, like, all right, you're right.
Yeah, but
like, why?
Because it would have been better because everyone's talking to him and respecting him.
They fucking give him a round of applause when he enters the room. What do you mean he won't? No one will ride with him. I feel like that.
Oh, and we skipped over this part of one of the reasons why Will does have a chip on his shoulder towards his partner is because he feels like Jacoby got him shot. Because there was that orc that they talk. We've got to get into that situation of, and that will give you kind of an issue with your partner. But I think
okay, wait. Put yourself in Will's shoes.
Will. Go ahead.
My man is his eager self over there like, I'm going to give my buddy a burrito. He didn't really ask for it or want it, but you know what? He looks hungry. I can smell it on him. I'm going to get him a burrito.
Jacob burrito, yeah.
Gets him a burrito. Boom, he gets shot.
By orc.
By orc, right? Orc runs away.
Uh-huh.
And then, you know, that whole issue about how he gets away, right?
Yeah,
and it comes out later on.
It's all fucked up, though.
Would you not be looking at that motherfucker sideways the next day? Like, don't get me wrong. It'd take me a day or two to get over that. I'm not gonna lie. It'd take me a minute.
I understand where Will coming from, but it make me wonder, like, about partnerships and the cops and shit. And, you know what I mean? Of course, they weren't the best of friends or whatnot at that point at all. But
right, fair enough.
If you get shot in a situation like that as a cop and you understand or whatnot, will you really do they do that? Do they hold grudges against their partners, or do they see that damn shit was out of your control? Because it's not like, you know what I mean? Because the thing is, no matter what, he would have got shot. He was going to get shot whether, if Jacoby was standing right next to him, he was going to get shot.
Whoever Jacoby's I feel as though whoever Jacoby's partner was going to get shot. So, say if it wasn't Will,
it was going to be anybody because that situation was
going to get shot.
That dude was coming out and he was going to shoot whoever was right there regardless.
Oh, see, I thought they were going after the orc's partner. In that moment,
the orc came out, and if I remember,
it was just the orc was just.
He came out blasting. There was only one dude. I might
be adding on to what whatever.
But he had that issue with Jacoby. But the thing is, I feel like he had an issue before he got shot anyway. Because as he explains to the other dudes, cops, he didn't want to fuck. He was already a bigot about the shit. Now this was lame. On the screen, they got this "kick me" sign on the back of the orcs. Now they're all just trying too hard.
Only thing I'm thinking is, man, I gotta pull this shit off your back. I can't have you going out on the street like this.
I don't see a whole bunch of adults putting a "kick me" sign on this man back, and everybody walked past him. No, it wasn't, because they playing it straight. And then the next time we see orcs again, they're freaking analogs for hood ass Hispanics. Almost every time we saw orcs, they were either analogs for hood Hispanics, analogs for hood black people, or trailer trash biker white boys. There was never normal orcs.
There was a trailer trash biker
in the inn. What you call them? The head mafioso orc. That they had to go to in the end at the very, because you know when the wine shows up, you're gonna get to that, everything goes south. But in the end, remember, they got the ass bust bad, and this nigga who killed your boy. What kind of orcs were those to you? They didn't swag like.
Oh, you know what? Fair enough.
They didn't swag white boys.
Okay, fair enough.
They swag gang or biker
gang.
gang, and he was the head son of anarchy.
Okay, yeah, no, you're right. Now that I hear, I'll look at it through those eyes. Yeah, I see it that way.
Because I almost wanted, because he
he
seemed like he wanted to be a mafioso boss, but his setup wasn't mafia. They was too rough to be mafia. It was Sons of Anarchy. And he made me think like they was channeling Hellboy. What's his name, man? My dude.
Ron Perlman.
It felt like that's who he was channeling.
Yeah, Webby, you ain't the only one.
Man, yes. So once again, like y'all never really made orcs normal. Jacoby is the most normal orc. So you telling? So I'm looking at what metaphor you going with on that shit.
Another mistake I feel like that was.
They doing respectability politics, nigga.
He's a different, like, his type of orc, which his father was an orc, his grandfather was that kind of orc. We don't see any other orcs like him
with no fangs.
With no fangs.
Yeah,
like we only run into that one him. He's it's like he's the only one.
But this one respectable orc is the only respectable orc. Every other orc we see is some hood shit. White hood, black hood, Hispanic hood.
That was really.
As we watch
I'm
it,
trying
dog.
to think, man. I can't.
The fact you gotta think that hard.
Yeah.
To even think, because I'm trying to think the times that we see orcs. We see that the motherfuckers that say, you ain't one of us. You see the niggas that's in the cooks, working in the back and shit. You ain't shit, nigga. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, dog, it's one thing to make orcs oppressed, but you ain't got to make... See, these orcs in the background watching their fellow orcs get beat might be the most normal orcs they got. And they the poor orcs in the hood.
These are the black orcs.
These are the black orcs, but we in the hood, they're all poor. And I guess, and that's the thing that's one thing that white people, that's one thing I have a problem with in our society, dog. Yeah, a lot of blacks, we got it bad, son, but we all don't. They got middle class blacks, they got blacks with money, son. So I'm more than sure, even in this oppressed world, they gonna have some orcs that gonna have a middle class life, right? Or in this world, they just letting it be saying hardcore off the dump. If you're an orc, your life is shit unless you're doing crime.
That's kind of, what it feels like, man. I mean... It seems like, well, you know what they say, that orcs are in the NFL, so it's like I guess that they've to some extent been accepted into society, but
once again, it's like if a nigga can dribble the ball, you know what I mean, he's serviceable to me. And it's once again, once you start adding context to the orcs being treated that way, it goes back to slavery and the black shit.
Exactly,
because even in this scene that we seen with the dude you're talking about with the sword or whatnot, we got Will and we got the Hispanic cop. The only motherfucker you can trust was the Hispanic cop. And once again, they made sure to keep it black, to keep it like I give them that.
But at least they show. See here, they took the time out to show you that like he's not against Jacoby.
Yeah, the Hispanic cop is just a normal guy.
Yeah, he makes a mention to the Alamo. He said Mexicans still get it for the Alamo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that happened.
I mean,
So that happened.
No, there's a point in this film where Jacoby alludes to Will that he should know what it's like to be persecuted. It's this one time.
Okay.
But when he says it, like I said, it just makes things even more messy when you talk too deep. When you think too deep, because I forget where it comes, dog. But I know it's at a point where I probably went in the bathroom because you got the scene when he hiding out and they have
their wounds and shit.
Yeah, and that scene to me went too long because it was a cool scene up until a point, and then they kept on going because it got up to this cool point where even we had to be like, you know what, you got a point, and like as far as shit being messed up, and then it went to the orc giving him all this background about what it means to be blooded and how if Will was an orc, he'd be a blooded orc because Will is so brave and he wish Will he was as brave as Will. And then went on to like Will tell him about how, oh, you don't know much about me. I got all these issues and all these problems. I'm not the best motherfucker. But we've never seen that in a movie. Your wife loves you. Everybody around you wants to be cool with you. Yeah. The niggas turn on you because of the wand. You know what I mean? It's not like, you know what I mean? I'm missing.
I kind of feel like they would have killed anybody.
Dude, they would have, dog.
Partner. That's
it was down to the wand. They explain it when they talk about the wand of motherfucker. That's magic, bro. Magic can make anything happen. You could do anything with a wand. And once again, it got into their lore of that was interesting to me. Like, you know what I mean? There's these people called Brights, and that's the only ones that can touch wands. Magic has been outlawed. They got this FBI, they got this Men in Black of fairy magic motherfuckers that coming down if you got the magic on. That smooth elf and that copper dude. At first, I didn't trust him because how they was being, I
didn't trust him from that. I just didn't trust him really at all.
But I got very interested in where they were going with them, but they didn't really develop them as much as I thought that they would. And he
once again, in one of those issues of only got 2 hours, you know. But
they were the Hispanic niggas from Bad Boys.
With who?
If Will and Jacoby are the bad boys of this scenario, they was the Mexicans, the Hispanic niggas. No, that's who they was.
Reyes. And,
that was always cracking jokes with. You heard me? Because they would pop up.
Vargas and Reyes.
Because I thought that fairy FBI dude, that elf FBI dude was gonna be the badass of all badasses, and we didn't get to see him do shit.
Yeah, we really didn't. I thought he would bring more to the table.
He seemed like he had a personal grudge with the main evil elf.
Yeah, it seemed like it to some extent would come down to him and them or something, him and her or whatever.
And it never did.
And it never did. It was something like I've been chasing her for years, and I guess I will not be chasing her anymore.
Yeah,
that's
because Will Smith kicked her ass, and
that's it.
And we just had this scene.
He happens to be a bright.
Where the bum nigga that they got in the street with the sword, and then once again, they've been very particular about casting, because these internal affairs motherfuckers, one's Asian, one's Middle Eastern descent, it seems like. And see what I'm saying? The dude just came out blasting. He had no partners. But we looking at the scene of when Jacoby had to chase down the dude that shot Will Smith's character. But so internal affairs come at Will after all this happens after the bum that gets possessed and tells Jacoby that Will is blessed. As soon as he told Jacoby Will was blessed, I knew Will was a bright.
But why? Yeah, well, yeah. See, you cut from that first trailer. I'm like, well, clearly
and then yes,
Will.
We
know what the movie's about. I'm like, well, now you know.
Dog, that trailer showed Will holding the wine.
Oh, which one?
The bright trailer that I saw.
Oh, did it?
Dog.
Okay.
You see Will holding the wine. So when that nigga said Will was blessed and all this shit, I had no stakes because I knew as soon as Will touched that wine.
They ruined the fucking ending now.
Dude, if you go watch the most recent bright trailer, dog, you see Will holding the wine. And I'm like, where's the suspense? Because honestly, if you're gonna have suspense in this, you should have never had that white boy tell you that Will was blessed. You should just had that white boy telling Jacoby that he needs to, he could have told Jacoby something cryptic, but nothing about Will.
Ultimately, when you rethink the movie, how much did the only thing that really added to the movie was introducing us to the Mexican character,
what you talking about?
Jay Hernandez. That scene didn't really serve a purpose.
Which one?
Go and get the dude with the sword in the middle of the street. That really didn't serve a purpose for anything.
It was to give you the heads up that Will is special, and it was to give you the heads up that there's a bigger... something bigger is at play for Jacoby.
But had he not told you that, it would have shocked you at the end when he picked, or it still would have gave you some stakes at the end.
That's my point. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
They should have told us.
We didn't even need that time. That all that really did was introduce old boy, because we don't see him again until they call him.
It introduced the notion of the wine. It introduced the notion of that underground organization, and it got him to the feds motherfuckers.
The feds quicker, yeah. But
the feds could have just picked him up.
Yeah, we didn't need this. We didn't need that necessarily. We could have spent that time somewhere else, world building. You know what I mean?
We could have definitely, dog. But if they was going to do that with him, they could have just had him say something that was very particular to Jacoby that had nothing to do with Will.
You know what would have been dope is if we didn't know what the fuck he was saying.
Yeah,
that would have been dope.
And then if Jacoby did, but we just didn't know until later in the movie. And then when Will picks up the thing, you could be like, that's what your boy said. He was blessed, and we could get the information then.
And he was like, I don't know. He's like he said, motherfucker speaking gibberish.
Yeah.
And then later on, he comes clean and be like,
that's what I'm saying. But I don't need him to be telling us that Will is blessed until Will touches that wand. Because otherwise, I don't even know that anything is special about Will.
Telling us at the fucking beginning.
It was a lot of unnecessary exposition.
Telling us at the beginning that one in every million or thousand a bride is born, a human bride is born or something like that. And it's like
that lets us know there's going to be a human bride.
There's going to be a human bride. So it's like we know that we know it's Will Smith now. So it's like. We could have even did without that.
Yeah, we could have
done
you could have just told us what a bride is. A bride is a motherfucker that can touch the wine. Boom.
That's so I
would have just thought it was only elves could touch it.
If we're fucking stupid though. That's what it is. It's like they got. That's solely for the audience, so that we don't get lost.
Now let me give you something else that pissed me off in this movie totally. So to jump ahead of what's going on screen or whatnot. So they go investigate. They go find this wine. They got this elf chick that's only speaking elf that pop up trying to protect the wine, and all this shit go down, and eventually it leads to the cops turning on Will and Jacoby, and we're gonna get to that scene. But I'm gonna just jump all that shit.
I love that dude. I love the cat in the wheelchair. You know that's
from your boy from Power.
Felipe Lobos,
baby.
Yeah,
that was Lobos, nigga. Yeah. I was looking at that boy hard, like I know these facial expressions, bro. I know this fucker.
And he's hamming that shit up. But I'm sorry. Go ahead, man.
Son. Well, I'm gonna just say this, dog. That bitch could speak English the whole time.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker. I didn't trust you,
son. There was a bunch. No, fuck you. Fuck you, dog. No, we went through too much shit that would have been easier if you would have just spoke English to us, and you would have died. You would have died if you do. We got out by the skin of our teeth, and you would have died too. And you mean to tell me you've been able to speak English this entire fucking time?
You telling me I'm sitting there having a conversation with Poison, and you can bring a motherfucker back to life?
Dog,
You telling me I'm having a conversation with this when you can bring a motherfucker back to life?
I'll leave that. No, I'll leave that because that might because she got all infected later when she started using the wine. So I'm gonna say this. Okay, maybe I ain't go. You have to use all your powers, baby.
Fuck,
but all that elf talk for no fucking reason, dog. Like, dog, as this movie proceeds, they go through a lot of shit where she yelling in elf and they having to guess. Well, I don't know what she's saying, but come this way. When she could have just been telling them the business. When they was chilling, having that long ass scene, sucking each other dicks and cleaning their wounds. She could have been like, look, y'all. Look at some shit that's going down. This elf bitch is chasing us. Because even when the bitch chasing us, she yelling this shit in elf. She's coming back with her wand in elf.
But what the thing is, oh boy, there was never a moment where oh boy didn't know what she was saying.
He said he only spoke. He said he barely spoke elf.
Man, that motherfucker understood her.
He understood
every damn thing she said,
man.
Care,
dog. I don't care. I don't care.
He relayed every message, just too fucking late.
Man, I don't care, son. I don't care. I don't care.
That's real.
You were two niggas, dog, that you were elf and you speak English. You know what I'm saying? And that pissed me off. That pissed me off. I'm sorry, Tika, whatever your goddamn name is. Even though you saved everybody's lives in the end, you did a lot of good in the end, Tika, that was a bitch move. Fuck you. But anyway, straight up and down. So yeah, the cops decide that they talk Will into turning on Jacoby, and then they decide they're gonna turn on both of them, and that was one of the tensest moments in the movie. That was a really good scene to me when Will go back to tell Jacoby, look, nigga, you better tell the truth, because for a second Will make you believe that he might really he might do it.
That's kind of like, well, I mean, at one point it sort of seems like that it might be an option, and then we see that shit. They don't really plan for Will to make it out that shit anyway.
No, they do go both against both of them. And Jacoby came clean.
Oh, you know what? Potentially, maybe he even knew that to begin with.
I think he did.
Yeah, you think he did? Yeah,
I think he just really wanted.
Yeah, I can see that.
I think he knew that they was gonna most likely turn on him, but it's almost like that glimmer of hope that they might not. He needs to know if this nigga got his back.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, because he know if they about to kill both of them, and Jacoby is I trust everybody ass motherfucker. Will like, nigga, I already know we're gonna have to kill these niggas, and I don't know if I'm gonna kill your ass too for real. Let's get this shit clear.
And then he had but then this nigga pops all of them, and then Jacoby jumps into action
because he's a cop. Jacoby was a good person, dog. Because Jacoby tried to arrest Will for killing these crooked officers, and it was such a funny situation. I stopped them from killing you, and you trying to kill me, or you trying to take me down, nigga.
He's too good.
He's good to a fault, son.
Yes. To an absolute.
The only good cop in this whole movie is the Hispanic guy and him. Those are two. One's Oregon, one's Hispanic guy.
Yeah, man.
And the Hispanic guy's a sheriff.
Nah, those are just rule followers, man. That's all they were, man. Like that come on, dude. They had a fucking wand, man. Come on, you knew it was good. You knew what time it was.
So they get on the run.
And you put them in cuffs? Come on, dude.
Oh, so that come later, yeah. So later on.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was just.
Well, man,
I'm saying like that's what his they fucking rule book, man. He a rule book, man. He a walking rule book.
So we talking later in the movie when Will Smith's like, there's only one person we call because they got a long ass night ahead of that didn't happen to them. They got the Hispanics with Lobos chasing them because once again,
thank God they have that bulletproof car to get out of that.
Oh yeah, because when all this when that Mexican gang came at them with Lobos, dog, them niggas chased them for a long time.
Yeah,
throughout the night.
That was
and then
heroin. Oh yeah, that whole. That's our first really, I guess, big action scene.
Right.
Where when the two cars are ramming and everything, and he takes out the
and people
stuns the shooter with the stun gun.
And people people shat on the action in this movie. I had no problem with the action in this movie.
I thought the action was pretty good. I mean, it was if I may, it feels like this movie was on a lower budget than say a movie that was going to be going to the theaters.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they squeezed every dollar they could out of what they used and stuff like that. Like, it worked. But, to some extent, there was a lot of moments where it kind of felt, real self-contained. Like, this moment happens, the moment in the car to get away and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of self-contained moments in here, too, as well. And there's a lot of standoff moments where it's like, we're going to just sit here on this side of the thing and talk. Or we're going to hold this gun at you and we're going to talk for a little bit.
But it didn't bother me. Like,
it didn't bother me.
I had no problem with the action in this movie.
I felt it, though. You know what I mean? Yeah. While I'm watching, I'm like, okay. And I'm okay with that because
you're also a filmmaker, too. So sometimes we know why things are happening logistically at times, dog.
And it's like, right, exactly. Yeah, that's what it is, too. That's exactly what it is. And so, but like, you're at home. This is a Netflix movie. Mm-hmm. It's like, I'm having a good fucking time. It's okay. I'll forgive this.
How you feel about the villains? The elves, because the Mexican gang with Lobos were the villains. When the elves came through and murdered everyone, and I was wondering in that scene when they murdered everyone, why didn't they chase these motherfuckers? Like, them did all the time to murk everybody in that club, and Will and them two motherfuckers got away. You keep saying, I mean, you so powerful.
You was right on their tails, though.
Dog, you was right there. You just had to stop at the doorway and let them run. Because, dog, your shit's so powerful. I thought it was intense when the wand made them have a car accident because it wouldn't get away from its owner.
Clear fucking blue. Yeah, that was weird, man.
So I'm saying, if they're that powerful, dude, I'm like, son, can they sniff or do something to see? Like, they're not that far. Because they didn't find them until much later by these over-the-top means with computers and satellites because they dumbasses was on the phone. That's when Will decided to call up his boy, and they found out exactly where they were and shit. You know what I'm saying? So the elves was on it. And some people hating on the ninja elves. I thought they were intimidating. I was like, look at these motherfucking crazy ass elves, nigga. Uncut. Alright, crazy white people, dog. They said we want our wine because that was an intimidating that sight when you see that half an elf. Because Tika was a bad motherfucker, son. She your girl count to kill her. Yeah. And Tika said, I'm going to take this wine that belonged to Big Dog, and I'm going to have half of you still here being bled the fuck out.
That's kind of weird. Yeah, it was a little confusing in the very in my first watch through of this. It was kind of confusing what was actually happening.
Right,
there.
I get that.
Find
yeah,
out that they were sisters at the end. It was like, well, were you aware of the goings on of them trying to kill her? And it's like, no, yeah, she was a part of it.
Yeah, but then you didn't really try to kill her too hard.
Yeah,
because when you get if you jump to the very end with all this shit going down, it's like you sent this one elf motherfucker to kill your sister. It don't happen because your sister get a hold of that wine and kill her, and in this over the top display. Oh no, she don't kill her. She tortures her because Big Sis eventually kills her.
Right?
Slices her throat.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
And when you get your sister in your hands later in the movie, at the end of the movie, I mean, fuck, like you had many opportunities to kill this motherfucker that you didn't take.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you decide to try to do it in this overlong, and once again the end was drawn out like a motherfucker. So there's certain scenes in this movie I just felt went too long. You feel me? So where does this leave us, man? Because we just skipped out past this. They had the gang fight. He wound up killing the police.
Yeah.
As we fast forward,
got a couple action sequences in the strip club.
They show us the FBI magic niggas, and once again, the FBI magic niggas serve no purpose. It seems.
Oh, and we see for the first time at some point when if you're not a bright and you try to pick up that wand, that you incinerate yourself and everyone around you.
And dog. So good that scene I was talking about with them in the freaking bathroom licking their wounds. And that's the thing, why y'all motherfuckers, if y'all know this, why you motherfuckers keep trying to touch the wine? Why y'all keep picking up the wine? So I'm not trying to touch that thing. I ain't trying to be around that thing. It's gonna turn me to dust. You feel me?
It's like, what is the plan exactly? Like, what do you do with what will the cops plan once they
get the wine? Because y'all don't know magic. Y'all don't know how to speak magic.
So since we're trying to let's accelerate this. Yeah, definitely. Let's talk about this moment. That's exactly the moment from fucking Training Day. There's a moment in Training Day if you've never seen before. Ethan Hawke, friend of Mr. Bats here. His Hoyt character. Early on in the movie saves this Latino. Is it right to say Latino?
Yeah. Oh
right?
God.
Girl?
Oh God, it is.
Yeah.
Oh God.
He saves this Latino girl from getting raped. And later on, that comes back and saves him because
this is Once Upon a Training Day. Yeah. That's what this movie is.
So Denzel Washington leaves Hoyt to die by the hands of her cousin. And he happens to pick up her
another Mexican gang because we love our Mexican gangs in LA apparently.
Right, of course. No, I'm telling you, this is in this guy's like DNA for some reason. I don't really know his background or anything. I love to.
He loves LA crime stories.
Yeah. Oh, is that what it is?
No, that's what I'm saying.
No, yeah, okay, definitely. No, fair enough.
I won't argue with you. Is it End of Watch like an LA crime story as well?
It's just like pretty much this, except it's more found footage like it's shot like found footage.
It's still that type of subject, and that's Harsh Times. Harsh Times based that too. He just gets into this. What you saying, dude?
But yeah, he picks up the girl's Hoyt, the character, in Training Day, picks up the girl's ID because he sends her off, but she drops it or whatever. He's gonna give it to her later, I guess, I imagine. But he's holding on to it. Her cousin sees it. He's about to kill him and decides not to kill him because, hey, you saved my cousin earlier. I found out, dude, you did me a solid. But your boy was about to get you fucked up.
Right.
So, in Bright, the same fucking moment happens. So, the moment we were kind of talking about earlier, where Jacoby is chasing the guy that shot Will Smith in the beginning.
And that's where it comes back around. That's when that moment happens that I'm telling you about, where Jacoby throws in Will Smith's face, nigga, like infers to him, boy, you black, you know what this is. Is what you talking about. Because when he starts explaining to him, if they were...
How could I have had this kid and said I got the wrong kid? You were shot. They wanted blood.
They wanted an orc in a hoodie.
Yeah,
and he was an orc, and that kid was orc in a hoodie. Yep. So I had to help this kid get away because you know that if in the same position, what they would have thought and done. And that was the only inference about Will being a black man happened in this entire movie. It was just implied.
That feels so lazy.
But it came back around once again.
For pointing that out. But yeah,
Jacoby helped the little boy get away. The boy just happened to be the gang leader's son. Because this gang leader of orcs. Because once again, it's the Mexican gangs that already have a wine, and it's the orc gangs that heard they have a wine. This wine shit travel fast throughout all the hoods. So the last biker gang niggas that we were talking about at the top, his son, because I saw they kept on. Sons of Orky. Because they kept on showing his one little son, orc type cat. And I'm like, they keep on showing his face. Is he just a weak motherfucker, or does he have any credits? Because once again, I guess all orcs look alike to me. I'm racist. So when they showed like the backstory of why the son couldn't shoot him.
But I'm seeing the shit. I'm looking at that kid holding that gun, and I'm like, that's the motherfucker.
You just knew.
I'm like, they're gonna pull some shit where it's like, because he told them that, at that point we know it was a kid. Mm-hmm. So I'm looking at a kid holding a gun. Orc. And I'm just like, okay. And then he's like, you know whose turn it is? It's my son's.
It's my son's.
Like, oh my god, you lazy bastards.
They came back around.
And it was just like,
But that's what they did.
The difference though, that saved Hoyt. This did shit for Jacoby. This did nothing. Goddamn thing.
Your ass still got shot.
He still got the same fucking bullet.
This goddamn orc crime.
Like, he should have just brought his ass in.
And the thing is, the orcs treated Jacoby like he was as if black men, as if all black people had big dicks.
Look, you're looking at him now, looking down like, oh.
And everybody knew you the 1 3-inch dick motherfucker.
But this is the thing, though. See,
fang having ass.
He knew that shit. According to his sense of smell, he should have known that shit, that was the same kid the minute he walked in there. But, the minute we hear him say it is when the kid gets called up to hold the gun. He's like, this is what I want to tell you.
Yeah, but I mean...
motherfucker, I shaved.
I think
we know, Jacoby.
Yeah.
We knew 10 minutes ago.
Hey, they always got to tell you something, son.
Yeah.
So his son don't kill him. So he kills him. He kills Jacoby. And this moves, Tika, the elf woman too. And they really got their asses buzzed. Whoa. But that makes, she grabs the wine. She saves, Jacoby's life, and all the other orcs just trip the fuck out. Well, really, she stops them with magic so they can't move. And all the other orcs are still trip the fuck out because they watched Jesus orc happen again, and that made, him look like that nigga to them because he came back from the dead or whatever. And so now they're all on this freaking run after this. Because what happens? They get away, and then the elves come for them, right? Because
they got to take her back to the pool, so they have to fight. They got to fight their way in
because she's been infected because she used the wine, and the wine fucked her up. Mm-hmm. And Will don't want to go back to where they started, but once again, he
gets talked into it
by Jacoby because you saved my goddamn life, nigga. I gotta hold you down.
Yeah,
you feel me? So they go back there, and head elf woman is there, and the thing is, I'm like, dog, y'all know y'all can't take this motherfucker. I don't understand what y'all think is about to happen when y'all come here.
Well, this is some kind of bullshit, really, because it's like all you needed was a really powerful gun, really, is what you're saying. Because all old boy did was shoot him in the head, and that's like, he's down.
It still was luck.
All of this shit was luck. It's they were flawless. They had a room full of motherfuckers with guns who could have shot them at any moment. But it's like these two motherfuckers in this close quarters you couldn't kill them.
Dude,
that's
like
this is kind of this is some bullshit.
Because they had no ace in the hole on defeating these super beings.
They should have died.
I mean, dude, and Jacoby
gave her the bomb.
Right,
they should have died.
Jacoby was seeming like he wasn't up to the task at the top of this movie, and he just became such a badass after he came back to life.
Blood after that.
You know what I'm saying? I thought he came back to fangs. Life, I guess. But man. So they blew up these. They beat the elves and the elf goddess woman. I think she should have been there. She didn't realize shit was going down till her partner got blown up. But I'm like, dog, they weren't exactly quiet in this entire fight that they were having. Guns were getting shot off. Her ass should have been heard something. She's trying to bring back the Dark Lord. And I'm kind of mad that in this movie you don't find out nothing else about the Dark Lord. So I guess they already knew they had a sequel that's going to come.
I hope they
do all this talking about the Dark Lord,
ideas.
and we didn't get no further nothing about what the plan was or anything.
Like, he's about to come back. No, he's not. We spoiled it.
We don't know what he's going to do. We don't know what the deal is. So,
we get into this fight that means absolutely fucking nothing because, but it's pretty cool. Yeah,
it's a cool fight.
You know what I'm saying? They talk about, like, I guess that's what the problem is. It's like none of these fights have real consequences. It's like, well, we killed this motherfucker, but she comes right back to life. Oh yeah,
that happens later. But my thing is this: Will, after see, that's the thing, son. You showed us, like you said earlier, these elves wiped out the club of a bunch of armed gang members.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that Will could handle his own one-on-one with this woman? You feel me? Like they showed us how powerful the elves were to the degree of you should have given us a better ace in the hole. Latika should have been in that bitch doing her ninja flipping moves too, kicking some ass to help you. Cause dude, y'all should not be standing the type of chance that y'all standing. Y'all get your ass whooped as well, sure, but it should have been a slaughterhouse.
It should have been.
So we get to the end of the movie, we jump, you know what I mean? Jacoby gets hung. Like the chick should, for all intents and purposes, should have murdered them way quicker. They get the girl to the pool, to the Rise Out Ghoul pool.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to revive her. She pulls her sister out the pool. We got this long ass sequence of Will trying to freaking crawl to her, and she gonna kill her sister. Kill her. She gonna kill them. Kill. Like this is the most longest bad guy monologue bullshit I ever seen.
And it means absolutely nothing. She tries to get her to, I guess, turn back, but the idea initially was to fucking kill her.
So why she trying to talk her sister into being back on her side?
Yeah, why we having this conversation?
You've been past this point.
Why are we talking, man?
I thought you really liked this. I thought you really liked this movie, Marty. I think the more we delve into it, this movie got problems.
You know, you know what broke it for me is, like, I still enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong.
It's
a
fun watch.
I have no real true gripes with the movie just because it's like it was free.
Yeah,
virtually free. And I had a good time.
Will is crawling, but now this is the longest scene of him trying to crawl his beat up ass over.
Where were the slaves?
Where are the slaves?
What were you orcs doing in slavery? We should be mad at you.
Because y'all couldn't
you know
help.
What I'm saying?
God
y'all
damn it.
helped you bastards. That's why they treat you like this now. We just look.
Because you said the Orc War happened 2,000 years ago. But slavery is like what? Like 500, 600, 500 years?
500 years ago.
So y'all still... So what's happened?
What are we
I'm
saying?
Confused. Like it breaks the story when I think too hard.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So... But yeah, so this doesn't happen. She gets mad at Will. Old boy comes out with the gun. He shoots
because some kind of way he didn't die.
Yeah,
when he was hung, Jacoby was hung.
He
didn't
gets
die.
herself free. Shoots her wand out of her hand.
She rather talk.
Surprise!
She rather talk than kill them. Like that's what this whole ending is. She rather talks than kill them. She should have been killed them.
And Will Smith is technically dead right now.
It's the ending of Suicide Squad, bro. Because that happened at the end of Suicide Squad. This long ass slow motion scene to get Will Smith to shoot this bitch. I mean, and I'm like, God damn, it's the same shit, nigga. This long, elongated, slow motion scene to get Will to pick up a wine and shoot this bitch. So it's like, damn, David Harry, what's going on? You recycling all your old shit just with magic.
So when we get to the end here, and the house is in flames and whatnot, and Jacoby is, you know, he comes out and Will's not with him.
Mm-hmm. Oh God! No, that pissed me off.
No, wait.
God.
Do you think that they shot an ending? Do you think there's a chance that they shot an ending where Will didn't make it out of there?
No.
Why not?
I just don't think so. I just think.
Look at this. Look at this shot.
They only did this so your boy could get bloody.
Is this the one when he goes back in to get him? No, but no. Like, rewind it back a little bit. Yeah, this is
that's when he gets him.
Yeah, no, but go back.
When did Will disappear? So what we're talking about is this. This is after Will, and once again, Will make Will think he could pick up the wine. There's nothing that shows us ever in this movie. No, there's nothing ever in this movie.
But he just said fuck it.
But what make him say fuck it?
I mean, it was either death by picking up the wine,
or death by her,
Yeah.
But there could have been some inkling being shown to him at some point to have him at least believe that he would have. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway,
no. I mean,
they kill old girl. Tika's body disappears. And they kill the main villain. Now they have to escape.
We already know though that he's gonna be. We know that you're the bright. So it's kind of like I'm just like I don't really give a. Just pick up the fucking wine.
Pick up the fucking wine.
Yeah.
And they made it this over the top dramatic thing for no goddamn reason. So now they're trying to escape. And at first you see them together escaping.
And your boy gets out, but there's a moment in there before where he's out and he's trying to go back in there to get him, and they're holding him back. And I'm like, was there a moment maybe where they just, because like, why shoot all of this to go the fuck back in there
to blood him,
get him? Why?
So they want to show
he was already blood.
No, he wasn't.
You don't think so?
He didn't get blooded because remember they went out of there. Him being blooded was the act of bravery of going back in to get Will Smith. Yes.
Okay.
Because once again in that scene, there's all this extra shit that was just bad writing. Because in that scene, I got mad when they licking their wounds, and I said it should have stopped earlier, but it didn't stop earlier because they need to have the exposition of what it takes to be blooded, and they had to give us exposition of Jesus Orc. So he told us about Jesus Orc, about this one orc that died and came back to life, and blah, 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 blah. And he talked about to be blooded, you have to commit an act of bravery. And he said he could never be blooded because he's not as brave as Will. So they only had him that out of everything. Because the thing is, all throughout this film, Jacoby does brave shit.
Yeah.
But it has to be seen by the other orcs or else it don't count. Okay. So after killing the fairy, after killing the elf and doing all this shit, they want to show Jacoby go back and save Will so these niggas out here can happen to see him so he could get blooded just so he can tie this movie up in a knot. And I'm like, nigga, you're right. He could have got blooded when he became Jesus Orc. But no.
Yeah, which would have made sense to me. But
no,
you know what? He earned it here, though.
He earned it for them. He earned it.
I thought he earned it when he got shot too. But you know what? Okay, I'll take it.
Damn times, dog. Because even your boy gave him props for not breaking before he shot him in the chest.
Yes, right. Yeah.
He said you would have been a great orc before he shot him in the chest.
Right.
This shit was so unnecessary, dog. When he went back to get Will, I was so mad, dog. I was like, this is so unnecessary and stupid. Okay. And then Will,
it makes sense now. At least to me
we're still not friends, bitch. Yes, you are friends, Will. Yes, you are. I understand it's a joke, but fuck you.
It's a joke because it's a comedy.
Man, whatever.
It's a joke. Like, we got look at this. Wait a minute.
Now this scene's
you gonna tell me?
No, this scene is some Will Smith play for laugh shit. But even this joke went too long.
Yeah, it went too long. Yeah,
it was like, damn, there's so many scenes that went too long.
But when I watched it first by myself, and I was like, this was way too much.
No, it went too long.
And then I watched it with my lady, and she could not stop fucking laughing. She wanted more. You know what I'm saying?
I also watched it with my lady, and we both agreed.
My lady got a taste, nigga. I heard that. All right, fair enough.
I'm saying, so like it was funny at first, dog, but then at a point I was like, come on, just dial back a little bit.
Yeah, no, I agree. But it was I feel like there's a portion who's like, and I'm sure Ayers was like, no, let's keep going, man.
I mean, there's people that love it because at the end of the day, dog, the critics panned it, but the people love it. Like the consumer,
and you're not gonna stop.
The consumer rating was good for this. It was like Justice League. How Justice League didn't get good critical reviews, but the people didn't love Justice League, but the people were a lot more favorable for Justice League when you go to like Rotten Tomatoes and say the audience review.
Liked it a lot more than
the critics
than Batman v Superman. Definitely.
Oh hell yeah, definitely. So like this is definitely a comical scene, dog. But this wasn't the tone of the whole film.
This showed up from time to time to me.
Hints. Give me another one.
Another one?
We had long periods of darkness.
The beginning.
Yeah.
Beginning when
you got to go to the beginning. But we have long, elongated periods of darkness, destruction, and fear and action and shit before we have any jokes, dog.
When they're about to take the wand, it's like, yo, man, you want anything? You want $1 million? You want your dick to be bigger? Like, that's a fucking joke.
Dog, there's going to be jokes and all things, but...
now you're saying where... Like, come on, I just gave you 3.
Dude, you didn't give me 3. You gave me one thing in the beginning.
Oh, my God.
Son, I can find 3 jokes in a drama. I can find 3 jokes in Titanic. I'm saying, like, you know the difference between...
comedy.
You know the difference between the tone of a film. Like, when you look at the tone of a film like Rush Hour, it feels light. It feels light touch.
This is as much of a comedy as Rush Hour is a comedy, dog. Oh my God.
Nah, this ain't Friday.
On,
this ain't Bad Boys. Bad Boys is more of an action comedy than this. Bad Boys.
What? This is Bad Boys.
Give me
this is Bad Boys.
I have Bad Boys does it perfectly, dog. Give me a pack of tropical fruit bubblicious. And some Skittles. To me, that's one of those scenes that perfectly encompasses comedy with drama, and it's just this don't got a lot of that. You went to the top of the movie when they're in the car. You go to the end of the movie when everything got to be explained, and you go to one slight line in the middle, and you said it's a comedy. You crazy.
Crazy, man.
So, all right, we're about to get out of it, though. So, how do you feel at the end of the movie? They basically, the door open for a complete sequel. Seeker comes when they get night. Like,
they have
they get the
A New
award.
Hope ending.
Yep. Basically they can't tell nobody that Wanda ever existed. All those cops that got shot. And I'm glad Will stayed abreast of that situation to be like, look, you better clear this for me, motherfuckers. And it got cleared. But the only problem was those cops was cleared as heroes because they sold a story that, some
Which
other
I thought
shit
was
went
interesting.
down.
Yeah, I thought that was an interesting touch too. Not to forget that, they threw that in there.
Yeah, because cops are always never gonna ever have to worry about facing any kind of issue or any kind of punishment because that's not what happens to cops, even in fairy tale world.
Yeah.
So
somehow the cops are still cops.
So this movie will get a sequel, and that's one thing I am very interested in. I'm about a sequel. As much as you listen to this review as we dissected the piss, it may seem to come really hard on it. I would watch more shit in this world.
I'm interested only to get more information about the world. Excuse me. Sorry about that, y'all. And more story building, world building with this. So I'm down for another one. How is there an ETA on the sequel?
They just said it was greenlit for a sequel. So
fair enough. So
I give him a year or two.
Yeah, I give him 2 years.
Year or two, yeah, definitely. And
because this is a lot of makeup, man. I mean, Netflix is going up $1, man. I feel like you guys owe me a sequel.
You owe me a sequel, and I feel like you're gonna take him with and once again, here's another thing. They showed this little at the very end. They showed this what is it, a fairy?
A fairy, yeah.
That to me, you should have showed us more fairies throughout this movie. So when you see that one in the end,
well, we know those were very costly.
But you should have showed me another.
But
the fairy could have even been the Slimer
of this
of this
about?
franchise.
Like, so fairies are mosquitoes, technically, but they seem to,
when you
have
kill them,
human-like qualities.
So you kill them, it's really fucking brutal.
Yeah, it's very brutal. It's like killing a person.
It felt like killing a person.
It felt like killing a baby. It's like a tiny baby. It felt like killing a tiny baby with wings. Why was there not a fairy community to fight?
I guess because their brains aren't developed. If anything, I think it's more akin to killing like a dog or a cat. Like if you saw somebody kill a stray.
No one would want that.
And if you saw Will take a stray cat and cut his fucking head off on his lawn, you would be like, nah, nigga, it's a stray.
We gotta be out in front of his shit.
And it's annoying.
Fences,
but dude.
Torches and pitchforks. I mean, we gotta, man, you can't let that shit go down.
Would you tell people to watch this movie? Because
I would tell them to,
because there's a war. There's a war happening right now on Facebook that I see a large number of motherfuckers going in for this movie as if it's amazing, and I'm like, really amazing? And they got people who hate this movie, like, man, this movie's the worst thing ever. They try too hard to be deep. It's shit, complete shit, bad movie. And I'm like, really? Is that horrible? And then I just fall in the middle.
This isn't a movie that's gonna please everybody. So for me, it would very much be a question of who am I recommending? Who's asking? You know what I'm saying? Like, who's asking about this movie? Then I can tell you whether, and I can kind of give you a better idea of, well, I think you might enjoy it, or hey, I think she might enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Right.
But across the board, I would say give it a shot. Only because it's basically free.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going and like, bro, it's not costing you.
I'm
shit,
like,
man.
It's not really costing you anything, and I mean, it's pretty. It's even going through it again. Like, it's definitely not a movie you want to think too much about while you're watching it, because that definitely could crash. Because
we just did that. Because when I first watched it, certain things inherently hit me, but then to rewatch it with you and to have my brain turned on as I watched it, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, like to see things you saw and like have you see things I saw, it's like, well, that's a different experience,
right?
But overall, I think the people who are gonna, this isn't really meant to be critiqued in the way that maybe we have done it.
Right.
So like in terms of that, I'd say give it a shot. Once again, it's free.
It's free.
It's somebody's paying for it, so use their password. I think it's a good time. I had a good time. The general consensus for me and for who I've been speaking with, It's a good time for everybody. Nobody wants their money back.
I mean, I just gotta turn my brain off.
You know, hey.
I just gotta turn my brain off, dog, because like I said, when I was watching there, times I was like really liking it, but then sometimes, like I said, just maybe it's the filmmaker in me as well. That, like I said, just certain scenes, I'm like, cut that shit down, dog. You wearing on me. And like I said, the lack of nuance. Like I said, they hit you so hard over the head with this shit. It was like, dog, like y'all must not think you're gonna get a sequel, but at the same time, the way you set this up, it feels heavily like you expected a sequel. So I'm very confused on to like, because the thing is, y'all tell us nothing about the Dark Lord battle. I felt like I was watching the first leg of some Harry Potter series.
It felt like
and at least with Harry Potter, you knew they had like 9 more coming, so you gave it that leeway to be like, okay, you're gonna tell me more story. Lord of the Rings, the same thing. Who has a TV show coming? Did you hear that Amazon paid $250 million for the rights?
I heard about
just
that.
For the permission to make a Lord of the Rings TV show. Not even a shoot. The shoot is gonna be Game of Thrones money to make. But they paid $250 million for the rights. Now I know Amazon is owned by the richest motherfucker in the fucking world and shit. But goddamn, though, that's still a lot of goddamn money. You could have saved a whole bunch of poor kids in Somalia or something. But anyway.
He's a motherfucking nerd, man. That's what that was. It's like, you know what I want? I want a TV show about Lord of the Rings.
No one's
How much is that
clamoring
gonna
for
cost
that
me?
shit.
Dude, it's too much fucking money, man. No. Throw it at me, man. I own Amazon. Throw it at me, man. All right, I'll call some people, man. Oh, okay. Hey, they said it's gonna cost you $250 million to do it
for permission.
And that's just for permission. Sold.
He took that bitch.
That motherfucker said sold.
I mean, I guess he knows because Game of Thrones is on it. But if that's the thing too, Game of Thrones, okay, they're coming back in 2019, and then they're gonna do their last season. But then there's all this talk about spinoffs. They say like certain characters might get their own shit. So if one of those spinoffs take off, there's gonna be more Game of Thrones money. But I guess somebody's nigga wants to compete with the Lord of the Rings. I guess whatever. You should have put that same money.
Doesn't work as a fucking spinoff.
If you would have put $250 million into Bright and made it better, I'd have watched that series, the Bright series, with some Amazon money behind it, with better writing and less ham-fisted shit. I don't know, dog. But once again,
I feel like you would have got longer extended intimacy with the hand-fisted shit.
I'm curious. Less fisting.
Like,
it was,
you know what I'm saying?
It was
like,
more lube on the
fist.
Explained more lube on the fist before it inserts you.
I feel like, you know what I feel? A series I feel like will only explain more, which will be great. We'll probably get to know Will, maybe even why no one wants to ride with him. I mean, Jesus, that's a mystery.
You could take your time to show us the issues instead of telling us orcs are niggers, elves have money. Police
Orcs are also Mexican.
They're oppressed. They're the oppressed.
Yeah, anyone brown or colored.
And poor though.
Orcs.
You know,
orcs.
But I'm curious to see a movie where you get past all. Okay, it's all been explained in the first one. So now I feel like you set yourself up for a good sequel. We don't have to go through all the shit.
They didn't explain everything.
No, but what I'm saying is, but they didn't explain. They explained just enough for them not have to explain this shit next time.
Right.
And
maybe
Will
explain some shit you didn't explain this
right,
time.
and Will and Jacob, we don't have to worry about them becoming friends. They're already on what they on.
Right,
and
they're not friends. Whatever.
Whatever, son. But
we get the joke.
You have a better. You have a better.
I ain't gonna let it go, man.
We're at a better starting point for the sequel. I just hope you write it better, y'all. But that's it. I don't know what I would give it. I give it like if we doing it out of 5 Fleur de Lis when we was giving Fleur de Lis back in the day. I give it 2.5 Fleur de Lis.
You give it 2.5?
It's very average. It depends on my mood. Like to me, like
all right. My mood was good both times watching this. Even rewatching it now, it was fun, sort of like dissecting it. But it doesn't take away from the experience of the first and second time. So I'm definitely gonna. You know what? I'm gonna give it a 4. I was gonna give it a 3.5. I'm gonna give it a 4.
Yes, but I enjoyed it the first time for what it was. Is like I get it. Yeah, okay. So we averaged that together, and it's a 3 Fleur de Lis.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. Cool. All right, I'm cool with that.
It's a 3 Fleur de Lis, and I get yep. Let's
I'm right with that.
Hey, so if you want to watch, at the end of the day, if you want to watch Bright, go watch Bright. If you haven't already watched Bright, if you haven't watched Bright, that's our take on Bright. Shit,
fair enough. I'm with that.
I ain't too dark on it. But this is that actor guy, you know. This is Martin Bass Bradford. You can find me at Mr. Bats on all your social media platforms. Thank y'all for listening to our Bright review, man.
Appreciate you.
Thank you, Marty, for coming in.
Thank you for having me, brother. I appreciate that, man. You can find me, Marty, MartyEdwards 504 on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Also at lowrainpictures.com at the Your30 tab. Like, rate, share. Give us a 5-star review on iTunes. We will read it on the show. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I guess this is side B of episode 4. I don't know what the fuck is going on. I don't know how to even label this anymore because it's supposed to be a quick segment, Bats Nerd Out insertion, and now it's something else, man. Well, we thank y'all for listening, and I will say this. No, Bright is not the worst movie of the year.
Hell no, it is not at all.
Do not believe that bullshit.
That's Chips.
That's an emoji movie. There's been so many horrible. That's Batman and Harley Quinn. Like there's so many horrible movies that have come out.
Oh wow.
Don't give that to Bright.
Yeah,
but like
let's not even get into it. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
We out, y'all.
Alright, yo.
But do check out our Your30 Fly with Bats end of the year recap crossover.
Yes, check that out.
We did that there. Shouts out to the American Observer and D-Mac. We getting content in, people. We getting content in.
Yeah.
Till next time, we out.
All right.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't you go anywhere. Be sure to click that subscribe button to stay up to date on all the latest Warp Zone content. If you want to see more of our acapellas, including this funky version of the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme, click the box on the left. Or, if you want to see a hilarious X-Men Back to the Future crossover sketch, click the box on the right. Well, I better decide whether to use my newfound magnetic mutant powers for good or evil. I'm leaning towards evil. Warp Zone out.